Hello everybody, welcome back to the world of Hollywood sports. Hey guys, I just decided to do a video on why aren't my Redskins winning this year? Why are they not winning? You know, sometimes I have a hard understanding. You know, they got good players, and I'm trying to figure out why aren't they winning. So I decided to have a conversation about this. So let's go to the depth chart real quick and talk about each player. Boom. All right, we look at our quarterbacks. We got Robert Griffin. He's got 2 years experience as a starter. Okay, and he's an overall 79. Obviously, Robert Griffin, he got a lot of talent. He has a lot of athleticism, but he depends on that too much. In the NFL, you got to depend on knowledge of the game, experience, reading defenses, all those kind of things. Robert Griffin has to improve on to be a great quarterback. He can't just rely on his athleticism. You know, that's one reason why I think Redskins are losing this year, why we're losing. Okay, we got McCoy right here. He's an okay quarterback, you know. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but he's a serviceable quarterback. And then we have Cousins that we thought that's technically sound as a quarterback, but got his shot, didn't work out. Okay, now let's go to the halfbacks. Now, what I'm trying to say is Washington has a very good team, and sometimes I kind of wonder why aren't they winning. That's my whole question. You look at Morris, he's a good back, man. He proved himself 2 years in the league. You know, it'll be 3 this year, but you know, I'm saying he had 2 complete seasons this year. He's a great back. You got Roy Halou, another good back, a good serviceable backup guy. And then we have, you know, Roy Halou has been in the league for 3 years. Very young running backs. He got nice size, 5'11", 215. He's second string on the team. And then third on the depth chart, we have Silas Reed. He's a rookie. Okay? And that's our running backs right there, basically. And I'm saying with Morris and Halou, man, that should be enough. Morris is an overall 85 as a halfback in this game. So he's obviously has to be doing good in real life to be rated at 85 as a halfback. Let's look at our fullback, Darrell Young. He's been in the league for 5 years. He has a nice size, 5'11", 251. He's a serviceable fullback. Okay, nothing bad on this offense, man. Look at, they got Deshaun Jackson this year, overall 91. Obviously, Deshaun is a threat for Washington, but sometimes I think we can't really take advantage of his. He can't really stretch the field. We'll talk about that in a minute because of the offensive line. We got Pierre Garçon, another good receiver. Not a Hall of Famer, but he's a good number 2 receiver on any team. And then we have Roberts. You know, well, let's look at their years. Deshaun been in for 6 years, come from Philadelphia. Pierre Garçon been in for 6 years. And Andre Roberts has been in the league for 4 years. So these guys got some experience. But you can see we kind of fall off with Roberts, Hankerson, and Moss has been in the league, as you can see, for 13 years. This year will be his 14th year. And then Grant, our rookie, he's basically just playing special teams. He's a young wide receiver. He's got talent, but he's not quite there yet. He's still a rookie learning. So those are our receivers, guys. And I think Roberts is okay. He's doing all right. But their receiving core is really suspect. They only really have Jackson and Pierre Garçon. Roberts, he's doing pretty good. He's a 4-year guy, but he's just not that spectacular yet. And I think that's kind of hurting Washington right now because they're not good route runners. They're not good at getting open right now. And like I said, these are the only 2 guys that got the number one, Deshaun Jackson, and Pierre Garçon, the number 2 wide receivers. That's really all they got, really. I mean, as far as threats and good route running. Okay, Jordan Reed is a good, serviceable tight end. I'm not trying to say he's great, but he's a good, serviceable tight end that can start for a lot of teams out there. He's only got 1 year's experience. He's young, and he's gonna be a Pro Bowler here in a few years. So they got some good talent, guys. We got Niles Paul. He's our second string tight end. He's only been in the league for 3 years. This is his 4th year. So, I mean, they got a young team. They'll get there. They're learning. But his overall is only a 73. You got Logan Paulson. He's been in the league for 4 years. So these guys are young, man. So I think that's some of the issues. They're young, but they got a little bit of talent. Left tackle, we know Trent Williams. He's a Pro Bowler. He's pretty good. He was rated as I think the number 5 offensive lineman in Madden this year. But his overall 89, guys. He's only been in the league for 4 years. He's a nice, young, talented, all-pro tight end. And I think that's one of their advantages on the offensive line. Okay? And the backup left tackle, he's only a 69 overall. He's a rookie. So they don't really have a lot of depth on the offensive line. And, you know, Trent Williams has been hurt a little bit. Okay? We look at left guard, Sean Laveau, 4 years experience. I don't know what team he came from, but he's new with the team this year. He's new with the team this year. He's another young guy, but look at his overall. He's 74. So he's a little weak, a little suspect on that offensive line as our left guard. So in real life, you know, they do. Donnie Moore does the ratings for Madden. So. And he tried to keep him to what's going on in real life. And if you can see, Sean Laveau is only rated a 74, so they're suspect on that offensive line. Okay, we got Corey Lysinger, our starting center. He's got 6 years experience. He's an overall 82. He used to be the left guard for Washington, but they slid him over to center. He starts for us. And as you can see, we really don't have any backup centers. We got one down here. Braxton Cave. He's got 1 year's experience in the league. So. But he's overall 67. So, guys, we're hurting on the offensive line, and that's why RG3, he needs a lot of protection to help him. He had a lot of protection at Baylor. They had a nice big offensive line. So that's another thing that's plaguing RG3. The offensive line is suspect. Now, Chris Chester, our right guard, he's an overall 81. He's a pretty good right guard. He's not an all-pro. He's been in the league for 8 years, but he's a good, solid starter. You know, as you can see, he's overall 81. I would say he's a plus for Washington right now, but he's 8 years experience. He's at 6'3", 309. Okay. Then we look at our right tackle, Tom Compton. He's only got 2 years experience. Again, another young guy. He's got nice size, 6'5", 308. That's what you want from a tackle. Your tackles usually bigger guys. But look at his overall, guys. He's only a 73 overall. He's a young guy. He's got a lot to learn. See, the offensive line is suspect. And I think that's why they're having a hard time moving the football and scoring. And like I said, Robert Griffin needs a lot of protection on that offensive line. Tyler Palomas used to be our starting right tackle, but his overall was never good. Even in the game, he gives up sacks. He's not all that good. He's been in the league for 6 years, and Tom Compton has only been in for 2 years, and he beat him out. So, you know, like I said, it's the offensive line, guys. It's the offensive line. Now we go to defense. Stephen Bowen, our left end. He's been in the league for 7 years, but he's an overall 76. So that if you equate that to real life, that's kind of average. It's almost a little bit below average, but he's our left end, Stephen Bowen. 6'5", 310, nice size, but he probably doesn't have any quickness. If we go over here and look at his agility, is only a 67, 79 acceleration, only a 79 awareness. So like I said, he's an average, very average left end. And his backup is Jarvis Jenkins, only 3 years in the league. Nice size, but he's got a lot to learn, okay? Let's go to our right end. Jason Hatcher. I think they picked up Jason from Dallas. He's got a lot of experience. He's a big guy, 6'6", 299. He's got 8 years experience. He was a big pickup for Washington this year. Jason Hatcher, I think he came from Dallas. If y'all can confirm that, put it down in the comment section, but I think he came from Dallas. And so he's a plus for Washington defensive line. And I think Washington defense is good. They are suspect in the secondary, though. And then we have Frank Kurtz, 3 years in the league. Again, nice size. But I guarantee you, his agility is only 60, even worse. Only 7.7 acceleration. And look at his awareness. Very low awareness. So very average players, guys. Very average players. Okay, defensive tackle. We got Big Barry Goldfield, 6'4", 318. He's been in the league for 8 years. He's an overall 84, so that tells you he's a good defensive tackle for any defensive team. He's another positive for that defense. Okay, then we got Chris Baker, 5 years experience, only a 78 overall, and Cedric Golston, the third string defensive tackle. Also, very average players, only an overall 74, okay? Linebacker, and that's my man, All-Pro Ryan Kerrigan's been dominant since his rookie year. Nice size at 6'4", 260, and he's been a starter right out of college for 3 years at the left outside linebacker spot. So he's another positive. See, that's why I don't understand why Washington defense gives up so many yards, but I'll tell you why. In a minute here. And then they have Gabe Miller. He's only an overall 68, which basically translates to what he is in real life. He's only 2 years experience. And again, Ryan Kerrigan is 3 years experience. So they're very young defense, but Ryan Kerrigan we know is an all-pro. Okay, we go to middle linebacker. They may be a little suspect at middle linebacker because we lost our old man, what I used to call him, old man, forgot his name. Anyway, he's an overall 76, Keenan Robinson. All right, and then we got Perry Riley Jr. He's got 4 years experience, backup, only rated a 76. So we got a young guy with 2 years experience starting. Since they run the 3-4, both of these guys are playing the middle linebacker spot. And they're suspect, guys, especially on coverage. Let's see what their awareness, very low awareness, 76 and 77. So it has to relate to what they do in real life, guys. The middle linebacker spot is suspect for Washington. I'm breaking it down for you guys, okay? We got Brian Orakpo, pretty much an all-pro. Been in the league for 5 years, the overall 89, one of the best outside linebackers in the league. He plays on the right side. That's another positive for Washington. They got 2 very good outside linebackers, Ryan Kerrigan and Brian Orakpo. His backup is Trent Murphy. He's a rookie, okay? Again, they got a very young team, man. They got to start over. They're trying to build it, but they got to keep going. And I think they're going to make things happen in a few years, but I'm trying to show y'all where they're suspect at. We got D'Angelo Hall, and I'm going to go over the injury list here because they've been having a lot of injuries and stuff like that kind of slowed them up. But even if they were all healthy, Washington is really suspect. But I love them. I've been liking Washington since I was 8 years old, guys. That's why our Hollywood Sports likes the Washington Redskins. But I love my Seahawks, man. But my first love is the Washington Redskins. We got D'Angelo Hall, 10 years experience, and he's still doing it. He's an overall 80. Look at this guy's speed, 97 speed, which I'm pretty sure it translates to what happens in real life. But he's an overall 80. Okay, next on the docket, we got E.J. Biggers, 5 years experience. But he's an overall 72. Overall 72. We got David Emerson, only 1 year's experience, overall 72. We got Rashard Breeland. He's a rookie. These guys get a lot of playing time, man. The secondary is really suspect. And I think this is the #1 reason why Washington can't stop anybody from scoring. They just really can't stop anybody. Even if the offense to score and get, they can score a little bit, but they'll average scoring team. But the defense can't stop anybody, guys. And really, all they have is D'Angelo Hall as the #1 cornerback. He's been in the league for 10 years, guys. But he's gotten a little slower, but he's still doing it. And you can see what our secondary looks like right there. Down here, you got Tracy Porter. He's got 6 years experience, but he's an overall 74. Okay, let's go to free safety. We got Ryan Clark, overall 75. 12 years experience, and he got an overall 75, which kind of tells you what he translates in real life. Okay, the secondary suspect, guys. Trent Robinson, only 2 years experience. We'll give him a little time to see if he can get better. His overall is only 72. Okay, we got Akeem Davis. He's a rookie. Like I said, this is a very young team. 6'1", 200. He's a third string free safety. Overall 66. He's got a long ways to go, guys. He's a rookie. He's still learning. We go to strong safety. We got Brandon Merriweather, and he's actually gotten better. Brandon Merriweather used to be low 70s, but he's been at, I think he's been as high as 82 overall this year in Madden. But since they've been losing, his rating has been going down. He's now overall 79. He's their best, well, besides D'Angelo Hall, but he's their best safety right now. Brandon Merriweather, he's a hard hitter, man, but he's been in the league for 7 years. Okay, then we have Duke Inacio. I can't even pronounce it. Inacio. He's got 2 years experience, guys. Another very young guy. Overall 75, strong safety. Okay, our kicker, Horvath. You know, he's overall 70. He's average, right? He can't kick long field goals. He's weak in long field goals. You really have to get within at least the 35 or maybe the 36-yard line for him to kick a field goal and make it. That's just, he doesn't have that much power. Okay, our punter, Tressway. He's got 1 year's experience. Brand new to the team. Okay? He's an overall 76. These guys aren't that great. Guys, they're average. Washington's team is pretty much average. No need to look at the kick return and punt return. But yeah, guys, Washington overall right now in this game is 75. Either 75 or 76, which translates to real life. This is a very, very average team, guys. But I just wanted to give you that breakdown, kind of give you the reason why Washington losing. You probably already know, but I just wanted to break it down. But I want to share this injury report with you. Okay, Chris Baker, chest, questionable. E.J. Biggers, cornerback, questionable. Ryan Clark. Now, one thing I learned about injury reports, if it says day-to-day, that means they don't know when they're coming back. The day-to-day, Ryan Clark is ankle. Okay? Ryan Clark, let's see. Barry Cofield, injured. He's on the injury reserve for ankle. Will Compton. I just printed these out, guys. This is brand new. Will Compton. He got a stinger. He's out. Kedrick Golston. He's out with his foot and his back. Okay. D'Angelo Hall. We know he's out. But they got him day to day. He's got an Achilles problem, right? He's out for the year. That's when I know when they say day to day, those guys are gone. Who else we got here? Jason Hatcher, questionable knee. Adam Hayward. I won't go through the whole list. I'll just name the day-to-day ones. Roy Halou Jr. He's got a strained quadricep. Deshaun Jackson. Sprained left AC joint. He's gone, man. What else we got here? We got Brian Orakpo. We know Brian Orakpo was gone for the season. Pectoral muscle gone. Niles Paul, backup tight end, concussion. And let's go to Tracy Porter. He's a cornerback and his shoulder. This list is long, guys. This list is long, a bunch of injuries. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. Even if they were healthy, they would really, really struggle. So I just thought I wanted to break that down to you guys, because I used to wonder, I said, why is Washington struggling? They got a nice front. They got a nice front seven. I mean, the middle linebackers are suspect. The secondary is really suspect. They really can't stop anybody, guys. If you watch people play Washington, they pass all over them, man. They make it look easy. But I just want to break that down to you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, it benefited you. You understand why Washington is not winning. They got to make some changes. Hopefully they'll get some good guys in the draft considering their record and where they're going right now. And as always, until next time, everybody, I am Hollywood Sports.